nuclear weapons disposal facility on Shadow Moses Island in Alaska's Fox Archipelago was attacked and captured by next-generation special forces, being led by members of Foxhound. They're demanding that the government turn over the remains of Big Boss, and they say that if their demands are not met within 24 hours, they'll launch a nuclear weapon. You'll have two mission objectives. First, you're to rescue DARPA Chief Donald Anderson and the president of Armstech, Kenneth Baker. Both are being held as hostages. Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to make a nuclear strike and stop them if they do.
What's the insertion method?
We'll approach the disposal facility by sub.
And then?
We'll launch a one-man SDV. After the SDV gets as close as it can, dispose of it. From there on, you'll have to swim. High-Tech Special Forces Unit Foxhound. Your former unit, and one that I was a commander of.
So they're still around.
There are 6 members of Foxhound involved in this terrorist activity. Psycho Mattis, with his powerful psychic abilities. Sniper Wolf, the beautiful and deadly sharpshooter. Decoy Octopus, master of disguise. Vulcan Raven, giant and shaman. And Revolver Ocelot, specialist in interrogation and a formidable gunfighter. And finally, in charge of them, Foxhound's squad leader, Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake?
The man with the same codename as you. The nuclear weapons disposal facility covers the whole island. I'll instruct you by codec after you reach your target.
Anyone going with me?
As usual, this is a one-man infiltration mission.
Weapons and equipment OSP?
Yes. This is a top-secret black op. Don't expect any official support.
Hello, and a good day to yous. Welcome to Metal Gear Solid. Feels like I've played so many games that I'd be hard-pressed to play something, to have not played something that was formative to a series, but here we are. Mess around with first. Captions are on. Sound is fine. Vibration's fine. Actually, I'll turn vibration off. Briefing. Is this just where I store case files?
Been a long time, Snake.
I should have known you were behind this, Colonel.
That's no way to greet an old war buddy, Snake.
What do you want from me?
I just invited you here so we could have a talk.
Invited? That's what you call sending armed soldiers after me?
Sorry if they were a little rough with you. But we've got a serious situation here. Only you can get us out of it.
I'm retired from Foxhound. You're not my commander anymore, and I don't have to take orders from you or anyone else.
You will take these orders. I know it.
Excuse me.
Who's this?
Dr. Naomi Hunter.
She's why
chief
you're
of
gonna take
Foxhound's
these
medical
orders.
staff and an expert in gene therapy.
Are you military?
No, civilian. I've been sent here from ATGC. Pleasure to meet you, Snake. Don't worry, this injection won't hurt a bit.
What's the shot for?
What's wrong? You don't like shots?
Snake, listen up. It all went down 5 hours ago. Heavily armed soldiers occupied Shadow Moses Island, a remote island off the coast of Alaska.
What soldiers?
Next generation
Basically
special
Canada.
forces, led by members
Didn't
of
realize it
Unit
was so close.
Foxhound. They've presented Washington with a single demand, and they say that if it isn't met, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
A nuclear weapon?
I'm afraid so. You see, the island is the site of a secret nuclear weapons disposal facility.
Foxhound hijacking a nuclear weapon?
Now you understand how serious the situation is. You'll have 2 mission objectives. First, you're to rescue the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, and the president of Armstech, Kenneth Baker. They're both being held as hostages.
Those are some heavy-duty hostages.
Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to launch a nuclear strike, and stop them if they do. Any questions, Snake?
Questions? I haven't even said whether I'd accept this mission.
Well, you can make up your mind after you hear more about the situation.
We'll just keep holding you here and saying things until you agree to the mission. Oh, geez, what am I doing here? Mission description, operation outline, operation member, and detailed information. Is this...
Colonel, I don't work for the government anymore. Let me go back to Twin Lakes.
Why, Snake? Is your life in Alaska all that great?
There's a dog sled race this week.
Okay, this is a
Saturday,
different
I have to be
film.
in Anchorage.
The Iditarod? The longest sled race in the world? When did you become a dog musher?
Right now, my 50 Huskies are my only family. I've got to take care of them.
It's a big team of dogs.
Don't worry about your dogs.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, Snake, but this vessel is headed for the Bering Sea. There's no room for debate.
I told you, even if I do owe you, I don't owe anything to this army or this country.
You will accept this assignment.
Why should I be stupid enough to do that? I'm no patriot.
Snake, there's enough dirt in your file from your days as an agent to keep you in the stockade until you're a very old man.
Oh, I see. Blackmail.
No, Snake. I prefer to look at it as helping you come to a decision more easily.
Through blackmail.
But anyway, I know you better than that. You'd take this assignment even without the threat.
Why do you say that?
You're a natural-born soldier. You're not the grow old gracefully type. It's the same for all of us who've seen real action. The only place we can feel truly alive is on the battlefield. I'm a soldier too. I know those feelings of powerlessness.
Did they even bother changing the
frustration
video,
you feel
or is
every
it
day.
just the audio?
You've
This
tried
seems to be
play the
playing out
Boy
very
Scout out
similarly.
there in Alaska, but you can't race dogs in the snow forever. Why don't you come back to us and be a soldier again?
You think my life is some kind of a joke?
Snake, I just want to give you back your purpose in life.
I just want you under my thumb again. Is there not more briefing? Person in charge of the operation, Roy Campbell, and Dr. Naomi. Hostages, nuclear weapons, terrorist armament, terrorist demand, Next Generation Special Force Unit, and Unit Foxhound. pressing the wrong button to do this? Okay, there we go.
Tell me about the nuclear weapon disposal facility.
The disposal facility includes a hardened underground base. Even with our most advanced intelligence gathering equipment, we can't tell what's happening inside.
So someone needs to penetrate, gather intelligence, and report back. Sounds like a spy movie. What's the insertion method?
Well, an air insertion is impossible.
Not with this storm going on.
We'll approach the disposal facility by sub.
Approach?
Yes, within a few miles of it. The facility is equipped with sonar detection capabilities. They'd be able to hear our engine or propeller
Gotta say, this is a really good shot.
Then
We'll launch a one-man SDV.
launch.
Same as a torpedo, only this has no propulsion device of its own. After the SDV gets as close as it can, dispose of it. From there on, you'll have to swim.
You want me to swim in sub-zero Alaskan water?
Don't worry. That suit represents the latest advances in polythermal technology.
It's called a dry suit.
The nuclear weapons disposal facility covers the whole island. I'll instruct you by codec after you reach your target.
Anyone going with me?
As usual, this is a one-man infiltration mission.
Weapons and equipment OSP?
Yes, this is a top-secret black op. Don't expect any official support.
What else can you tell me? Oh, gives me more stuff as it progresses.
What's the time limit?
24 hours. They say they'll launch after 24 hours.
Do they say what the target will be?
So far, they haven't mentioned the target.
When did the countdown start?
5 hours ago.
Oh, I don't even know why that one bothered being a separate film.
Colonel, who are you speaking for?
Naturally, I'm representing the U.S. government.
So
Oh, I
who's
do
in
have free
supervisory
control of this camera.
this operation?
The President of the United States.
Which means that the president must be meeting with his top aides in the map room about now, huh?
No, at this point, they're still video conferencing with each other.
If that's a real nuclear warhead, shouldn't they issue a COG?
Not yet. The Secretary of Defense has operational control and is fully aware of the situation. After you infiltrate, if you determine they possess nuclear launch capabilities, a COG will be issued.
Well, if they haven't relocated to the nuclear shelter under Mount Washington, I suppose there isn't that much reason to worry yet. Is the National Security Agency in on this?
Yes. So is the DIA, the Defense Intelligence Agency.
The DIA? I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this.
They'll be sending us some support.
We don't need desk jockeys. We need a nuclear weapons specialist.
Of course. A nuclear weapons specialist has already been assigned to us.
We need backup from a specialist. I'm just an amateur when it comes to nuclear weapons.
I know. That's why I've requested the assistance of a military analyst named Nastasha Romanenko. She'll be providing you backup by codec.
A female analyst?
She's built up an impressive record as an advisor for the Nuclear Emergency Search Team. Contact her if you have any questions. She's also an expert on high-tech weapons.
Where's she working from?
At her home in Los Angeles.
California. Seems like 1,000,000 miles away.
Oh, I know these games are remembered for being essentially films with some gameplay, but now I'm actually getting kind of worried that it is just going to be nothing but cutscenes. Will I even start a save file?
Colonel, you're retired. Why are you involved in this?
It Because there aren't many people who know Foxhound as well as I do.
Is that really the only reason?
I've been soldiering for a long time. I don't know anything else. I guess even though I'm getting a little old, I still love to be in the field.
Colonel, you're a lousy liar. Tell me the real reason.
Okay, Snake. Sorry. I'll be frank. A person very dear to me is being held hostage.
Who is it?
My niece, Meryl.
What was your niece doing here?
Several soldiers were reported missing the day of the revolt. And my niece was one of those called in as an emergency replacement.
She looks like you.
She's my little brother's girl. He died in the Gulf War, and since then I've been watching after her.
A personal motive, Colonel. That's not very soldierly.
I'm retired. I'm just an old man now. And I'm your friend.
A friend
when
who
are we
blackmails you.
friends?
I've thought of us as friends since the fall of Zanzibar.
With my personality, I don't have too many friends.
That's what I trust about you. It's what makes you human. Please, Snake. Save my niece, Meryl.
All right. But I have two conditions.
Name them.
1, no more secrets between us. I want complete disclosure at all times. And 2, I'll only accept orders directly from you, Colonel. No cutoffs involved, okay?
Agreed. That's why I was called. But one thing.
What?
I'm not a colonel anymore. Just a retired old warhorse.
I understand, Colonel.
Was that a smile?
That doctor, is she part of this operation too?
She was in charge of Foxhound's gene therapy. She knows more about those men than anyone else.
You mean you've seen them naked?
Make
Like
no
me,
mistake,
right now.
I'm not a nurse. I'm a scientist.
By the way, what was that injection for?
It's a combination of nanomachines and an anti-freezing peptide so that your blood and other bodily fluids don't freeze, even at subarctic temperatures.
Nanomachines.
Not just one kind, either. There are different types which will replenish the supply of adrenaline, nutrition, and sugar in your bloodstream.
Now I don't have to worry about food.
I also put some nootropics in there.
Say what?
Nootropics. A class of drugs which will help improve your mental functioning.
It'll make me smarter, huh? Anything else?
Yes. Benzedrine. It's a type of stimulant. It'll keep you alert and responsive for 12 straight hours.
That was quite a cocktail. Anything else in there?
Those nanomachines will also keep your Codex batteries charged up.
I guess I can call you when
Anything
I'm ready to
else?
go on a diet.
You're welcome.
So, Snake, do you have any questions? Yeah, can I get some pants? This metal chair is cold.
The chief of DARPA and the president of an arms manufacturing company. What business did they have at a nuclear weapons disposal facility?
The truth is that secret exercises were being conducted at the time the terrorist group attacked.
Must be extremely important exercises if those two were directly involved. Were they testing some kind of new advanced weapon?
I'm not privy to that information.
Do we know exactly where they're being held?
The DARPA chief has also been injected with a mini transmitter. As you get closer, you should be able to pick up his location on your radar.
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuclear missile?
They say they do. They even gave us the serial number
You've
of the warhead they plan
got
to
a
use.
nanomachine cocktail running through your blood right now.
I'm afraid so.
I wouldn't be
At the
surprised if
very
they could
least,
shoot a
they've got
laser
their
at you from the
hands on a
moon.
real nuclear warhead.
Isn't there some kind of safety device to prevent this type of terrorism?
Yes. Every missile and warhead in our arsenal is equipped with a PAL, which uses a discrete detonation code.
PAL.
Permissive Action Link. the safety control system built into all nuclear weapon systems. But even so, we can't rest easy.
Why not?
Because the DARPA chief knows the detonation code.
But even if they have a nuclear warhead, it must have been removed from its missile. All the missiles on these disposal sites are supposed to be dismantled. It's not that easy to get your hands on an ICBM.
That used to be true. But since the end of the Cold War, you can get anything if you have enough money and the right connections.
Maybe I should be looking around more. Is that for fun, or can I actually pick up useful hints and clues?
Terrorists? I know there was an exercise going on at the time they revolted.
They're heavily armed, I'm afraid.
What about their battle experience?
The 6 members of Foxhound in charge are all hardened veterans. They're tough enough to eat nails and ask for seconds.
I wouldn't expect anything less from Foxhound.
The others are next-generation special forces. They're not your average grunts either.
Looks like I can just find my angle of choice.
So what exactly are they demanding?
A person's remains.
Remains?
That's right. To be more accurate, cell specimens which contain the individual's genomic information.
Cell specimens? Why would they want that?
The terrorists need them. You see, these next-generation special forces have been strengthened through gene therapy.
Strengthened?
You've heard of the Human Genome Project. They've been mapping the human genome, and they're nearly finished. Following up on this research, the military has been working towards identifying those genes which are responsible for making effective soldiers.
There are genes that do that?
Yes. And using gene therapy, they're able to transplant those genes into regular soldiers.
Gene therapy?
I'll explain this.
See why people make fun of
With
Snake
gene
for always
therapy, they
answering
remove
everything with a
those genes
question.
which we know may lead to sickness or disease, and at the same time splice in genes with beneficial effects, such as resistance to cancer, for example.
In other words, we can overcome all sorts of genetic diseases, and at the same time add genetic characteristics as desired.
Okay. And so if you knew what genes were responsible for making the perfect soldier, you could implant them in the same way, right?
Yes, we could.
But it all depends on being able to isolate and identify those soldier genes.
And in order to do that, it's helpful if you can study the genomic information of one of the greatest soldiers ever.
It's a nice detail that his eyes track whoever's talking in the room.
One of the greatest soldiers ever?
The man they call the greatest warrior of the 20th century.
You don't mean Big Boss.
Oh, and a slight
That's right.
head tilt,
We've
too.
been working feverishly to identify the genes responsible for his incredible combat skill. So far, we've discovered about 60 of the so-called soldier genes.
So his body was recovered after all.
Yes, and his cells have remained frozen in a cryo chamber. His genomic information is a priceless treasure to mankind.
Priceless to the military,
So
perhaps.
this is why
His body
Big
was
Boss
burned
is such a
severely, but
big
it was
deal.
possible to restore his DNA profile from just a single strand of his hair.
You people are amazing. And then you're gonna transplant those genes into soldiers?
Yes. We'll use a process that I discovered called gene targeting. The strongest soldiers don't become what they are by acquiring their skills through training or experience. We now know that hereditary factors are far more crucial for creating superior soldiers.
Snake, we can't give them his body. It's potentially more dangerous than all the nuclear warheads on that island put together.
I hear the terrorists are calling themselves the Sons of Big Boss.
The sons of Big Boss?
Hey, that was a question. Where's the mark?
Tell me about these next-generation special forces.
They started out as an anti-terrorist special ops unit, made up of former members of biochem units, technical escort units, and the nuclear emergency surge team. Their purpose was to respond to threats involving next-generation weapons of mass destruction, including NBC weapons.
Until they were added, that is.
Who's they?
These guys didn't start out as regular army.
Looks like a pretty international group. Mercenaries?
Yeah, and it gets worse. Most of them were from a merc agency that I think you're familiar with. They were part of Big Boss's private guard. And after Big Boss went down, the military just bought out all their contracts.
Outer heaven.
After that, they were merged with our own VR unit, Force 21, and retrained. If you ask me, these so-called next-generation special forces should be called simulated soldiers. They have no real battle experience.
Video game players, huh?
Don't forget they've all been strengthened with gene therapy. They carry genes which make them excellent soldiers. Don't get careless just because they don't have much experience.
I thought using genetically modified soldiers was prohibited by international law.
Yes, but those are just declarations, not actual treaties.
The interesting thing is that nearly every member of the unit conspired in this attack.
How could an entire unit be subverted to rebellion?
They're calling it a revolution.
Since they all went through the same gene therapy, they probably felt closer than brothers. They see the unit as their only family.
The sons of Big Boss. But if they were regular army, they must have been interviewed periodically by army counselors.
According to their files, they all got straight A's on their psychological tests. They all seemed like fine, upstanding, patriotic soldiers.
But they all took part in the uprising?
No, several people didn't show up on the day of the exercise. That's why there was a resupply of troops.
Was there any sign recently that something might be wrong?
There was a report a month ago that they were acting strangely.
Apparently they consulted classified information about the soldier genes and performed their own gene therapy experiments.
They can do that even without you?
Well, our gene therapy process is almost completely automated. And besides that, they're all geniuses with IQs over 180.
Even the existence of this genome army is a national secret of the highest order. We've been hoping to investigate this thing quietly and deal with it behind closed doors. High-tech Special Forces Unit Foxhound. Your former unit, and one that I was a commander of. An elite group combining firepower and expertise. They're every bit as good as when I was commanding them.
So they're still around.
There are 6 members of Foxhound involved in this terrorist activity. Psycho Mantis, with his powerful psychic abilities. Sniper Wolf, the beautiful and deadly sharpshooter. Decoy Octopus,
Why is her
master
beauty
disguise.
relevant?
Vulcan Raven, giant and shaman. And Revolver Ocelot, specialist in interrogation and a formidable gunfighter.
Looks like a lovely bunch of folks. Too bad we'll be meeting under these circumstances.
And finally, in charge of them, Foxhound's squad leader, Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake?
Yes. And you're the only person who can stand against him.
Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake.
Liquid
Man
Snake?
with the same code name as you.
Tell me what you know.
He fought in the Gulf War as a teenager, the youngest person in the SAS. His job was to track down and destroy mobile Scud missile launching platforms. You were there too, I
So he lied on
believe.
his
You
enlistment
infiltrate
form or
Western
something?
Iraq with a platoon of Green Berets.
I was just a kid myself back then.
The details are classified, but it seems that originally he penetrated the Middle East as a sleeper for the SIS.
He was a spy for the British Secret Intelligence Service?
But he never once showed his face in Century House. He was taken prisoner in Iraq, and after that there was no trace of him for several years. After you retired, he was rescued and became a member of Foxhound.
I thought that by the time I left, they were no longer using code names.
I don't know his real name. That information is so highly classified that even I can't look at it. Here's a photo of him. Pretty shocking, huh? His skin tone is different, but otherwise you two are exact duplicates.
I have a twin?
I don't know the details, but it seems so. That's why we really need you for this mission.
You're the only one who can beat him. Now that I've met you, I know. You've got something that he doesn't. I can see it in your eyes.
Why don't I find that thought more comforting?
Well, that's the mission brief then.
I need to borrow your scissors.
What are you going to do?
Don't worry, just gonna clean myself up a little.
Huh?
I don't want to be mistaken for the leader of the terrorists.
Just gotta get rid of these bangs and this mullet. What's in the special? Oh, is this to explain what happened in the previous two games? Because I didn't feel like going quite that far back. Well, that's handy. The year 1995, deep in South Africa, 200 kilometers north of Garsberg. Outer Heaven, an armed fortress nation established by the legendary mercenary who was feared in combat by both his friends and foes as a hero and lunatic. The Western nations have found out that a weapon of mass destruction that could rewrite war history is under development at Outer Heaven. They have called upon the high-tech Special Force Unit Foxhound to take care of the situation. In response to this order, Big Boss, Commander-in-Chief of Foxhound, sent Grey Fox, the man with the code name Fox, which is given to the best member of the unit. Operation Intrude N313. After a few days, his last message being Metal Gear, Grey Fox is missing in action. Taking the situation seriously, the top men of the West again called for Foxhound. Big Boss selects Solid Snake, who has just recently joined Foxhound, as the agent and entrusts everything to him. Successfully making a solo infiltration to Outer Heaven, Snake got in touch with local resistance members Schneider, Diane, and Jennifer. With their cooperation, Snake succeeds in rescuing Grey Fox. Grey Fox then laid out the terrifying facts about Metal Gear. Metal Gear was a development name of a nuclear warhead-equipped two-legged walking tank. It can walk through even the roughest terrains, and that would stop normal tanks. It can conduct local warfare by itself with unique weapons like its Vulcan cannon and anti-tank missiles. It was indeed a new type of weapon that can conduct a nuclear attack against any place on the face of the Earth from any land surface. With Metal Gear, Outer Heaven was trying to establish its military superiority over the entire world. In order to destroy Metal Gear, Snake rescues Metal Gear's chief engineer, Dr. Petrovic, and his daughter, Ellen, who was taken hostage for her father to continue with his development. And hears from Dr. Petrovic how to destroy Metal Gear. However, as Snake approaches the heart of Outer Heaven and Metal Gear, well-designed traps are set all around Snake, as if all his actions are being leaked to the enemy. In the midst of escalating battle, the leader of the resistance, Schneider, falls into the hands of the enemy, and Snake himself gets injured through deadly battles with Outer Heaven's best mercenaries. But Snake's indomitable spirit leads him to the 100th floor basement of the secret base where Metal Gear was developed. Was the first Metal Gear just a super dungeon? Oh boy. Evading the powerful defense system that wipes out... Also, 100 floors? Really? We're talking about like 100 floors down into a basement, right? Not a 100-floor tall tower. Either one is pretty ridiculous. Evading the powerful defense system that wipes out all intruders, Snake ultimately succeeds in destroying Metal Gear. Snake tries to escape from Outer Heaven upon completing the mission. However, during the escape, he was confronted by one man, Foxhound Commander-in-Chief Big Boss. Big Boss laughs at the astounded Snake and tells him of the truth about his mission. While serving as the commander-in-chief of Foxhound, Big Boss also ran a mercenary dispatch company utilizing his connections and capital from his years as a merc. He was planning to build this company a larger military establishment, and he built Outer Heaven as its base. His purpose for sending the rookie Snake to Outer Heaven was to cause information confusion against the West. However, Big Boss's miscalculated He never thought that Snake would make it this far. A bit of a typo there. Having lost Metal Gear, Big Boss activates the self-destruction system of the underground base. While the countdown to destruction continues, his scream echoes in the emptiness. You have gone too far. Too far. Over the 100th floor basement, the battle between two men commences, free of ideology and politics. The armed fortress nation Outer Heaven collapsed. The impenetrable fortress made from the best military technology and occupied by the toughest mercenaries burned in flames. Behind him, the flames reached skyward as Outer Heaven fell, leaving Solid Snake all alone. Hey there, homie. How's it going? Is this the original? It sure is. D-pad only. Gotta say, their super secret special force logo looks a lot like the a mascot for a high school basketball team. And Metal Gear 2. 1999, the world was facing an energy crisis. It was obvious that the supply of petroleum would run out faster than expected. However, the development of an alternate energy resource is far from completion. The price of petroleum has skyrocketed and the world economy is in confusion. The 21st century was expected to be one of chaos. Oh, they're right on the money with that. Not because of petroleum, but, yeah, still chaotic. How's it going? Not too bad. Still fighting off these Kuof. A Czech genius and biologist, Dr. Kio Marv, invented oilix, a microorganism that refines petroleum to produce a highly purified form of petroleum. The world was filled with hope upon the discovery of this messiah to solve the energy crisis, but at the same time the world entered a time of tension regarding this new algae. Just when the whole world's attention was drawn to oilix and Dr. Marv, he gets abducted by someone and disappears. Nations begin investigations immediately, and a name soon appeared: Zanzibar Land. Zanzibar Land was a democratic military regime that suddenly appeared in Central Asia in 1997. When their uprising took place, the CIS army formed around Russia, sends a suppressive unit immediately. Zanzibar Land resists by gathering a band of mercenaries from nations around the world and fortifying most of its land. As a result, the CIS army was repeatedly defeated and Zanzibar Land declared its independence. Due to the active role mercenaries played, this war was called the Mercenary War, and Zanzibar Land was referred to as an armed fortress nation. A military nation with a group of strong mercenaries surrounded by a tough fortress. According to the latest information, Zanzibar supposedly is armed with nuclear weapons. The whole scenario was crystal clear. By obtaining oilix in addition to nuclear weapons, Zanzibar Land was trying to establish its economic and military superiority over the entire world. Concerned about the situation, the United States orders Roy Campbell, Commander-in-Chief of High-Tech Special Forces Unit Foxhound, to rescue Dr. Marv. Campbell was a former member of Foxhound. He brought back Solid Snake, the man who single-handedly brought down the armed fortress nation of Outer Heaven 4 years ago, and asked him to win back both Dr. Marv and oilix. Successfully infiltrating Zanzibar Land, and with the help of CIA agent Hori and others, Snake is able to go deep into the fortress and meet again with Dr. Petrovic, the chief engineer of Metal Gear at Outer Heaven. He too was abducted to Zanzibar Land and was forced to develop another Metal Gear. He tells the surprised Snake of an even more shocking fact. Big Boss, the man Snake had defeated at Outer Heaven, turned out to be the general commander of Zanzibar Land. Snake rescues Dr. Petrovic in cooperation with Natasha, Dr. Marv's guard and former Czech international secret police agent, and then heads for the confinement facility deep in the fortress to save Dr. Marv. When Petrovic and Natasha crossed the narrow suspension bridge over the deep valley, a missile blew the bridge away. Natasha flies into the air because of the explosion. While unable to do anything to save Natasha, Snake starts hearing a well-known voice. "Hey, Snake, we are good buddies. I can let you go. Just leave this place at once." Gray Fox. Snake sees Gray Fox controlling Metal Gear, the best soldier in Foxhound who, after the fall of Outer Heaven, disappeared as if he followed Big Boss. Losing Natasha in front of his eyes and letting Petrovic being taken away, Snake screams, "Fox, I will not give up." After a series of deadly battles with mercenaries, Snake finally gets to Dr. Marv's confinement facility. However, when he arrives, he is too late. He sees Dr. Marv's corpse and Petrovic, who could do nothing but just stand there. Petrovic tells Snake that Dr. Marv could not withstand the repeated tortures because of heart problems. Snake then receives an emergency call from Hori. The information she supplied was very shocking. Petrovic has been voluntarily visiting Zanzibar Land to develop Metal Gear. The abduction of Dr. Marv was conducted under the directions of Petrovic himself. After the truth comes out, Petrovic attacks Snake, but Snake easily puts an end to him and obtains the structural plan of Oilix. While trying to escape, Snake is confronted by Metal Gear again, controlled by Gray Fox. The tremendous battle takes place in the underground base, and Snake finally succeeds in destroying Metal Gear. However, Gray Fox does not submit and challenges Snake to the final battle. In the midst of a minefield, Snake and Fox fight without any weapons. A fist-to-fist duel involving no hatred or murder intent. It's just two guys being bros. Slugging it out like a couple of sons of guns. During that weird moment of purity, two are bound in forces transcending words and emotion. Oh God. Snake wins the tough but Snake wins I can't do it. Snake wins the tough but pure battle against Gray Fox. However, there was still someone else Snake had to fight. Big Boss. Just like 4 years. Oh, darn it. I hit the wrong button. This is ridiculous. Okay, here we go. Snake wins the tough but pure battle against Gray Fox. However, there still was someone else Snake had to fight. Big Boss. Just like 4 years ago at Outer Heaven, Big Boss was waiting for Snake. One who has experienced the tension of battle can never leave the battlefield. I'm the one giving you something to live for, and that is war. Snake is infuriated at the arrogant Big Boss. There's only one battle I have to fight. To free myself from you, to shatter the nightmare. Big Boss, I will kill you. With the structural plan of Oilix, Snake and Hori escape from Zanzibar Land on a rescued helicopter. Snake once again saves the world. However, there is no smile on his face. Big Boss's last words keep ringing in Snake's head. Whichever wins, our battle does not end. The loser is freed from the battlefield, but the winner must remain there, and the survivor must live his life as a warrior until he dies. Snake then disappears into the white lands of Alaska, alone. And then he found 50 dogs and made a dog sled team. Okay. I can do some VR training. I'll do that in a sec after we take a short break because I've been drinking a lot of fluids. Get up, stretch, go to the bathroom, grab a snack or a drink. We'll be back soon. And we are back. Alright, how's this VR training thing about? Damn it. Does this just allow me to test the game outside of story mode? Oh, no, okay, this is actual training. Head for the goal while avoiding the enemy soldiers. Training ends if you are seen.
Impressive, Snake.
Okay, I guess I can try a couple of these. Use the radar effectively and head for the goal. Enemy soldiers cannot see behind them. Ah, turned around too fast.
Impressive, Snake.
Take the safest path and head for the goal. Crawl when necessary to get through narrow spaces. I don't think there's anybody there. What is this? Block? Oh, and then I've got a first-person perspective button. And this is how I would scroll through items. Alrighty.
Impressive, Snake.
Find the best route and head for the goal. Some routes are less guarded than others. Don't you come up here.
Impressive, Snake.
Head for the goal and avoid making loud footsteps in the differently colored areas of the floor. Oh, these guys are sleeping on the job. Oop, not that way. Head for the goal while avoiding surveillance cameras. Directly below each camera is a blind spot. Yeah, simple enough.
Impressive, Snake.
Head for the goal while staying out of the enemy soldier's field of vision. Crouch to hide behind low walls.
Impressive, Snake.
Be careful about leaving footprints and head for the goal. The enemy soldier will follow them if discovered.
Who's that?
Aww. Little too quick.
Whose footprints are these?
Impressive, Snake.
I wonder if I could take this guy out while he's following my footprints.
Whose footprints are these?
And how far will he follow them?
Who's that?
Okay, looks like he gets distracted after a while.
Whose footprints are these?
Who's that?
Didn't quite bob him in time.
Who's that?
And I approached it quick. Alright, let's just move on.
Who's that?
I'm getting antsy.
Whose footprints are these?
Impressive, Snake.
Knock on the walls and head for the goal. Enemy soldiers are sensitive to sound. Use sound to lure them.
What was that noise?
Guess it's nothing.
What was that noise?
Impressive, Snake.
A lot more here I can do than I thought I did. Probably should have done this the first time I tried playing this game, because I remember, like, crawling around vents for an hour and not knowing what to do. Head for the goal while using all skills you've learned. Watch out for the searchlight. Oh, that wall was not as tall as I thought it was. Damn it. I thought I accidentally stood up and then I kept pressing the button. And that wasn't far enough in the corner there. Crouch, please, Snake. Or I just dash right past him.
Impressive, Snake.
What about from the other side? I can sneak up behind this guy. There isn't any reason for me to be up here, but is there anything up this way? No. Can I fall off of these platforms? I cannot. No jumping in this game. Alright, cool. Oh, and there's a time attack mode. Well, I think I'll leave that for now. Okay, it's been about an hour. Let's actually start the game now. Just start on normal, whatever. I'd like to actually get through it this time.
To swat down a couple of bothersome flies.
See ya, Gray Fox? Or, no, Liquid Snake?
Snake. Colonel, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's the situation, Snake?
Looks like the elevator in the back is the only way up.
Just as I expected. You'll have to take the elevator to the surface. But make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
Got it. Okay, I'm ready to go.
Okay. Oh, not that way.
Snake, there's an elevator there you can take up to the ground. You'll just have to wait for the elevator to come down. You better hide somewhere.
And pick up a ration while I'm at it. Oh, what you coming over here for? Well, a good opportunity to roll the credits. Oh, geez. Oh, someone must have hit the call elevator button. I grabbed a ration, but didn't they say earlier that I wasn't going to need any food because the nanomachines were going to replicate any sugars or other proteins and such that I need? I guess they're going to need some sort of fuel to do that, though. Can't just create something out of nothing. Might just be the polygons, but Snake seems to have done a pretty good job cutting his own hair.
It's Snake. I'm in front of the disposal facility.
I guess it looks a little bit more bushy there.
Age hasn't slowed you down one bit.
Thanks to the VR training I did on board the Discovery.
How's that sneaking suit working out?
I'm nice and dry, but it's a little hard to move.
Bear with it. It's designed to prevent hypothermia. This is Alaska, you know.
Take it easy, I'm grateful. If it weren't for your suit and your shot, I would have turned into a popsicle out there.
An anti-freezing peptide, Snake. All of the genome soldiers in this exercise are using it.
I see. I'm relieved to hear that. Already tested, huh? By the way, how's the diversionary operation going?
2 F-16s just took off from Galena and are headed your way. The terrorist radar should have already picked them up.
Behind D. Colonel, what's a Russian gunship doing here?
I have no idea, but it looks like our little diversion got their attention. Now's your best chance to slip in unnoticed. There are only 18 hours left until their deadline. You've got to hurry.
Wow, you must be crazy to fly a hind in this kind of weather.
Who's that?
Oh, sorry. I haven't introduced you to yet. This is Mei Ling. She was assigned to us as our visual and data processing specialist. She designed your codec, as well as your Soliton radar system. Contact her if you have any questions about either of them.
Nice to meet you, Snake. It's an honor to speak to a living legend like yourself.
Sure are a lot of pretty ladies on this mission.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I just didn't expect a world-class designer of military technology to be so cute.
You're just flattering me.
No, I'm serious. Well, I know I won't be bored for the next 18 hours.
Come on. I can't believe I'm being hit on by the famous Solid Snake. But I'm surprised. You're very frank for a trained killer.
Looks like we both have a lot to learn about each other.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to learning about the man behind the legend. But first, let me explain about your Soliton radar system. The bright dot in the middle is you, Snake. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision.
Be careful, Snake. The genome soldiers have highly developed senses of hearing and vision due to their gene therapy. Make sure you don't let them see you.
First, I want you to infiltrate the disposal site and look for the DARPA chief.
The DARPA chief was injected with the same GPS transmitting nanomachines as you.
He should appear on your radar as a green dot.
Get whatever information you can from him about the terrorists. If he's alive, that is.
Snake, your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it.
Yes, it gets jammed easily, I'm afraid.
Yes, it's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful.
We'll be monitoring your movements by radar, so contact us by codec anytime you want.
Got it. I'll call if I'm feeling lonely.
Seriously, Snake, we're here to back you up, so call if you need some information or advice.
I'm also in charge of your mission data. Contact me if you want me to record your current status. My frequency is 140.96. It's a dedicated frequency for saving data. Don't forget it.
Remember, except for your binoculars, you're naked. You need to arm yourself with whatever weapons you can find.
I remember. First, I'm strip searched by Dr. Naomi here, and then all my weapons are taken away. Imagine yourself put in that position.
Well, if you make it back in one piece, maybe I'll let you do a strip search on me.
I'll hold you to that, Doctor.
Everybody's hitting on
By the way,
everyone
sorry
here.
to disappoint you, but I did manage to smuggle out my smokes.
How did you do that?
In my stomach. Thanks to the shot you gave me that suppressed my stomach acids.
Cigarettes? How are those going to help you?
You never know.
If you want to get in, there's the front door. It's the fastest way, but there's too much risk of being spotted by the enemy.
I can't just knock on the door and ask them to let me in. There's one sentry on the left and one on the right. They're armed with 5.56ers and pineapples.
I don't think they need a scope to see you out there, Snake. Aren't they supposed to have super trained vision?
What about the air duct near the door? There should also be a duct on the second floor.
I can't see it from here.
I'll let you decide the best COA. I'm counting on you, Snake.
Alright, mission starts. So I got one guy on the catwalk up there. And one to the right. There's a spot. Ooh, 2 spotlights here. Oh boy. Whew. Aww. I think that's probably a restart. Oh, no. Looks like we're fine.
A surveillance camera?
Angle of that camera is going to make it hard to get into this area. Oops, something in here. Semi-auto pistol. Hold down square to aim, release to fire. Shaft grenade. Disables electronics. Square to pull the pin, release to throw. Magnifying scope. Press circle to zoom in, X to zoom out. Ah, rations are healing items. I guess just gives me extra fuel to rebuild my body. Interesting. Solid Snake's favorite brand. Smoking is hazardous to your health and offers no known benefit.
That base must have some kind of ventilation system to recirculate the air. There should be air ducts around there somewhere. They must need a lot of power to run the base. There's probably a diesel generator somewhere. And since generating electricity requires oxygen, there must be exhaust openings for that too.
And no grading,
You're not gonna
apparently.
believe this, but they shot down the F-16s we were using as a diversion with a Hind D. Then we got a message from Liquid. He said if we try something like that again, he'll launch the nuke. Snake, hurry up and get in there. That hind will be coming back soon.
Maybe I should have gotten into the vent first. Well, we appear to be fine now. Rats!
Snake, this is McDonald Miller. It's been a long time.
Master, what are you doing here?
I quit being a drill instructor, so I moved out here for some peace and quiet. I'm in retirement, just like you. Once in a while, I still help train the Alaskan Scouts.
Passing on the skills to a new generation, huh?
Campbell told me about the situation here. I thought I might be of some use.
There's no one I'd rather have in a foxhole than you.
Well, I know lots about survival in a harsh environment. I've lived in Alaska longer than you, so call me if you have any questions about the flora or fauna out here. My frequency is 141.80. Those mice are Alaskan field mice. Don't worry, they can't hurt you. Wild field mice don't have a thick layer of fat, but they can still survive the bitter winters here without hibernating. They dig tunnels under the snow. That's where they stay warm.
Survival specialists, huh? I should learn from them.
But there's a dark side too. Sometimes the males will kill and eat offspring that's not their own.
To ensure the survival of their own genes, right?
Yeah, pretty brilliant program, huh? If there are mice, that means there must be an exit somewhere. Follow the mice.
But what's this way? Oh, it looks like somebody left ammo in here. Stashing it away for a rainy day. Squeak, squeak, just us mice. Just the one guard on patrol on this floor? I do have access to my smokes here. Oh god, it drains my life. They were right, smoking's bad. You appear to have a little bit of a water buildup in your vents. Not the best time.
Use the elevator to change floors. There should be a cargo elevator that you can take down somewhere around there. Try to find it.
Oh, Lord. Well, I found the stairs. Whoa. Nothing else up here. This catwalk's a little noisy. Thermal goggles. Thermal imaging system for night vision use. Cool. And more grenades. Back into the vents. Not a great angle.
I moved the Darker Chief to the cell in the first floor basement.
What about the vent shaft cleaning?
They just opened the vent covers. They're about to start spraying for rats.
Ah, is that why those are open?
Floor basement ventilation shaft.
Shut those covers as soon as they're done spraying. Also, keep your eye on that woman in the cell. Don't get careless now.
Woman in the cell?
Did something happen?
There's an intruder.
Really?
He's already done 3 people.
He's killed 3 people?
Yeah. Say he's using stealth, too.
I've done no such thing.
There's an intruder besides me?
Anyway, I want you to increase the security detail on the Chief.
Am I not allowed to look down from here? Oh, wait, here we go. Not directly. And this is where I just was. Oh, and we're back up here.
Huh? Whose footprints are these?
Just the nature of a ski mask. Ooh. No. Back in the vent, because apparently I'm not supposed to be here. So I believe this is as far as I got the first time I tried playing Metal Gear before I gave up, because I just, like, wandered about these vents trying to find anything to interact with. So the outside of the building doesn't have anything for me to do, besides, I don't know, throw a grenade to stun a camera and pick up an item. And these two vents are just separate routes into the center of the building. So I must have to do something in that lobby to activate the elevator. Oh, this is open.
Press the action button to drop down.
Okay. Just more rations, and there's nothing else over here. Okay. Extra health. Open that door, maybe. Maybe it is just down there. That it? Okay. All right, definitely into
Look at the
new
radar.
territory now.
It's picking up the DARPA chief. He's the green dot. Hurry and rescue him.
I guess it was just the two inputs that kind of threw me off. Open door?
Snake, if you want to go up or down a ladder, just press the action button by the ladder.
I had to use a ladder to get in here, potentially, man.
not him.
Is that Meryl?
Snake, the DARPA chief's signal is coming from somewhere in that area. Isn't there some place to drop down? Take a look around in first-person view mode.
And by first-person view mode, you mean tilt your head?
Who's that?
I'm here to save you. You're the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, right?
You here to save me, huh? What's your outfit?
I'm the pawn they sent here to save your worthless butt.
Really? It's true. You don't look like one of them. In that case, hurry up and get me out of here.
Slow down. Don't worry. First, I want some information about the terrorists.
The terrorists?
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuke?
What are you talking about?
The terrorists are threatening the White House. They say if they don't accede to their demands, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
Sweet Jesus.
Is it possible?
It's possible. They could launch a nuke.
Thin
How
walls.
do they plan to launch? I thought this place was just for keeping the dismantled warheads. They shouldn't have access to a
Ugh.
missile.
What I'm about to tell
Not paper thin, but
classified information. Okay?
hollow and sound
We're
resonating.
conducting exercises with a new type of experimental weapon. A weapon that will change the world.
What?
A weapon with the ability to launch a nuclear attack from any place on the face of the Earth. A nuclear-equipped walking battle tank.
Didn't you fight one of those already in the first game? It's hardly a
Metal Gear.
new concept.
Can't be.
You knew? Metal Gear is one of the most secret black projects. How did you know that?
We've had a couple of run-ins in the past. So that's the reason you were here at this disposal site?
Why else would I come to a godforsaken place like this?
I had heard the Metal Gear project was scrapped.
On the contrary, it's grown into a huge joint project between ArmsTech and ourselves. We were going to use this exercise as raw data and then proceed to mass production. If it hadn't been for the revolution,
Revolution?
Rex has fallen into the hands of terrorists.
Rex?
Metal Gear Rex. The code name for the new Metal Gear prototype. They're probably already finished arming the warhead they plan to use with Rex. These guys are
You're gonna get shot up.
all experienced in handling and equipping weapons.
Hey! Shut up in there, will ya?
But I thought that all nuclear warheads were equipped with
Or
safety
not.
measures. Some kind of detonation code that you have to input.
Oh, you mean PAL? Yes, of course, there is a PAL. It's set up so that you need to input 2 different passwords in order to launch the device.
There are 2 passwords?
Yes, Baker knows one, and I know one.
Baker, the president of ArmsTech.
That's right. Each of us needs to input our password, or there can be no launch. But they found out my password.
You talked?
Psycho Mantis can read people's minds. You can't resist.
Psycho Mantis?
One of the members of Foxhound. He has psychic
You
powers.
were briefed on this, Snake.
This is bad.
It's just a matter of time before they get Baker's too.
If they find out
Is that a
Baker's
foxhound
password,
tattoo on your arm there?
Yes, They'll be able to launch a nuke anytime. But there is a way to stop the launch.
What?
The card keys.
Card keys?
They were designed by ArmsTech, the system developers, as an emergency override. Even without the passwords, you can just insert the card keys and engage the safety lock.
And if I do that?
Well, what the fuck is the point of the password?
You can stop the launch.
That card key.
So where are the keys?
Baker should have them. Listen, you need...
Or maybe
3
he's just a
card keys.
himbo.
There are 3 different slots to put them in. You need to insert a card into each one of them.
Okay, 3 card keys. Do you know where they might be keeping Baker?
Somewhere in the 2nd floor basement.
2nd floor basement?
I heard the guards say they moved him to an area that has a lot of electronic jamming.
Any other clues?
Yes, they cemented over the entrances, but didn't have enough time to paint them. Why don't you look for the areas where the walls are a different color? Here, take this. It's my ID card. It'll open any level 1 security door. It's called a PAN card. It works together with your body's own electrical field.
Personal area network, huh?
It transmits data using the salts in your body as the transmission medium. As you approach the door's security devices, they'll read the data stored in the card.
And the doors will open automatically. Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna get you out of here.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
You haven't heard any other way to disarm the PAL, have you? From your bosses or anyone?
No.
Are you sure you haven't heard anything?
I just said no.
So does the White House plan to give in to the terrorists' demands?
That's their problem. It has nothing to do with my orders.
But what about the Pentagon?
Pentagon? What is it?
Mantis is here?
Hey, what happened?
Dead.
Well, I wasn't shot, but did eventually die one way or another.
Naomi, the chief. What happened?
I don't know. It looked like a heart attack, but...
A heart attack? No,
Colonel, are you hiding something from me?
absolutely not. Snake, you've got to understand. This op is security level red. You need the highest security clearance to get access to the complete file.
You want me to believe that you're in charge of this op, but you don't have complete access to the file?
I told you, the Secretary of Defense is in operational control. I'm just here as your support. Snake, we don't have time to debate. Get out of there and find President Baker.
Oh, something's going on out there. Where'd that guard go? And why isn't he coming in here to examine the body? There should be somebody else in this room, right?
Don't move!
Stripped him down to his skivvies.
So
So you killed the chief, you bastard! Liquid? No, you're not. Don't move!
Yeah, you might want to stop moving there, Snake.
Is this the first time you ever pointed a gun at a person? Your hands are shaking. Can you shoot me, rookie?
Careful, I'm no rookie.
Liar. That nervous glance, that scared look in your eyes. They're rookie's eyes if I ever saw them. You've never shot a person, am I right?
You talk too much.
You haven't even taken the safety off, rookie.
I told you I'm no rookie!
You're not one of them, are you?
Open that door. You've got a card, don't you?
Why?
So we can get the hell out of here.
Looks like we'll be a little delayed. What are you doing? Don't think. Shoot!
Right. Okay, that's just for electronics, so this is just... Oh no! Crappy gun control.
Snake, are you okay? Snake? Snake!
Now, I haven't been saving. Is that going to be a problem? Good.
What are you waiting for? Shoot!
Don't talk to me like a rookie.
I'm telling you, shoot!
Oh. Those grenades were a nasty surprise.
What are you waiting for? Shoot!
Don't talk to me like a rookie.
I'm telling you, shoot!
help.
Oh, that went better.
Wait! Who are you?
I'll remember that ass.
You fool! You've killed him!
I'm sorry, sir.
His mental shielding was very strong. I could not dive into his mind.
Now we'll never get that detonation code.
Boss, I have a good idea.
Is your key card holding on to some memories? Oh yeah, has no problem shooting at me now. He's here.
Good girl. Just like that.
Naomi, I just had some kind of hallucination. Is it from the nanomachines?
No, Snake. The nanomachines are functioning properly.
So what was it?
It must have been psychometric interference coming from Psycho Mantis, Foxhound's psychic. Think of it as a mental feedback loop.
So that was Mantis.
When equipped, opens all level 1 security doors. Well, I guess that's what I want out right now. I'll put that away. Don't need to accidentally be discharging my gun. I'm wasting my ammo. Poor dude. She really worked you over, huh? Well, if I need to, I think there's a little bit of extra ammo under this bed. Oh no, a ration. Well, I could use that too. Oh, did I fill up? I suppose I can use one then. Probably won't be coming back down here. I need more authority for that door. Curious. Oh, I've got clearance for this one. Tis, just an ammo room. C4, oh. Plastic explosive. Press square to set, circle to detonate. This one's just clear. And more silken bullets. Frag grenade! Ah, this is what they were tossing at me. I can't go over there. Kinda curious to see where those go. Is there a reason that requires 2 presses sometimes? To see if my keycards give me access to any new cool areas. Like that door. Oh, there's a garden here. Oh, he's sleeping. For SOCOM pistol, muffles report blast and flash of it. Sleepy silencer for a sleepy guard. Alright, what's in here? Cardboard box. To heliport written on it. So if I get inside this box and leave myself out in the open, they'll transport me? High enough clearance with this keycard for that yet. Almost forgot about the camera. Alright, so down to the second basement and then take a trapdoor? Maybe I should save before doing something risky like that.
What is it, Snake? Snake, remember what the Gaul said. The graveyards are full of indispensable men. Snake, you're all alone and surrounded by bad guys. Try to be careful and avoid getting into a fight whenever you can.
You're right. Wow, you know all sorts of great quotes, don't you?
Well, both my parents are from Guangdong, China, but I was born and raised in America. I've always liked reading literature from both sides. Kinda keeps me in touch. I'll share some more quotes with you if you like.
I'm looking forward to it. But to tell you the truth,
How am I enjoying it?
I'd like to learn more about you.
It's pretty good.
Well, I'll think about it.
It's unfortunate that I bounced off of this the first time, but I am quite enjoying what is up here. Ah! Okay, no, it's just an instant game over. Presumably be able to do some more interesting stuff here once I got more key cards. That's a 6. That's a 1, but it don't lead anywhere. There's a vent here. Aw, it's closed off. Okay, well, guess I need to head outside the building now. No, you can't see me here. I feel like there should be something more in here. Just the silencer? You know, before I go testing some crazy theory, maybe I should call in, get some advice.
Snake, Psycho Mantis has the power to read people's minds. He got the DARPA chief's detonation code. Hurry up or he'll get Baker's code too.
That's right. If the terrorists get Baker's code, they'll be able to launch that nuke anytime they want.
Yeah, they'll use Metal Gear to do it. Colonel, did you know they were conducting a military exercise here using Metal Gear?
I didn't know.
Really?
Snake, you've got to understand. I'm just the middleman in this operation. Anyway, hurry up and get to the second-floor basement. You've got to save the Arms Tech president before the terrorists find out his code.
Okay. Do have to go to the second-floor basement. Actually, can I just... I'd like to, leave and go to the menu. Guess that's not an option. I don't know how I feel about these controls at times. The fixed camera, or with the panning camera, but the fixed control scheme is a bit disorienting. Oh lord. Why do you require 2 input? Okay, I'm in the second floor basement now. Where did they want me to go here? Nothing in here. Do I need to use C4 to blow up a wall or something? Oh yeah, no, he did mention that. The discolored wall. That one's got a crack in it, it's not discolored. But that one is. So it was square to set. Sure hope no one heard that. Oh, and they got jamming in this zone. Better be careful. More C4, thank you very much. Let's see a way through here, though. Was this the wrong way to come? I think this is another spot. Yeah. Well, I appreciate the... Oh! Extra ammo. They sealed off that room, but they kept the pitfalls in place. Doesn't look like they bothered blocking off any of these inner walls. So I guess whatever I'm looking for should be around here. Maybe it is in here and I just didn't notice. Oh, yes, here it is. That's quite the setup you have here.
Am I too late? He's alive. You're the Arms Tech president, Kenneth Baker, right?
And attached to a support pillar covered in C4 and tripwires.
No, don't touch it.
C4.
Right. Touch that wire, and the C4 will blow up along with the old man. So you're the one that the boss...
Revolver Ocelot.
And you?
Special Operations Foxhound. Revolver Ocelot. I've been waiting for you, Solid Snake. Now we'll see if the man can live up to
He's got a real tick
the greatest
problem.
handgun ever made. The Colt's Single Action Army. 6 bullets, more than enough to kill anything that moves.
I don't know about
Now
that.
I'll show you why they call me Revolver. Draw!
Disables all enemies. No, I might want to use one of those.
Hiding won't help you. I understand the bullet shoot. I make them go where I want.
Oh, you're a quick son of a bitch.
I love to reload.
Sorry, what was that? I couldn't hear you.
All right. Alive. Let's go. You better hurry up.
You're gonna have to reload, old man.
It's not gonna last too long. Don't you want to settle it?
God damn it, old man, how are you so fast?
I love the smell of Cordo. You know, that sulfury smell. But to you, it'll be the smell of your own death.
Bum, bum. Darn, I wasted it. Get back here, you old bastard. Jeez, how are you so fast? And I'm out of ammo. Oh. Looks like he dropped some for me. How am I not hitting you? Auto aim has just completely failed me at this last leg. There we go.
You're pretty good. Just what I'd expect from the man with the same code as the boss. It's been a long time since I had such a good fight, but I'm just getting warmed up. What? My hand! Stealth camouflage. Can't you even die right? You were lucky.
Ooh.
We'll meet again! Who are you? I like you. I have no name.
My name is Snake.
That exoskeleton.
Looks a bit unstable.
Who the hell? Can you talk?
Who are you?
I'm not one of them. The DARPA chief told me he gave them his detonation code. What about yours?
Oh, I get it. Jim sent you. You're from the Pentagon.
Answer my question. What about your code? There's no time.
I talked.
What? Now the terrorists have both codes and can launch any time.
It's not like I didn't fight. I managed to resist Psycho Mantis's mind probe.
He couldn't read you? How'd you do it?
Surgical implants in my brain.
Nanomachines, son.
Kind of like a psychic insulation. Everyone who knows these top secret codes has it.
Even the DARPA chief?
Of course.
But the DARPA chief said Mantis got his code by reading his mind.
The technology and level of preparation of these people is astonishing.
How did they get your code?
I never had any training on how to resist torture.
It looks like he had some fun with you, all right.
Oh, he's not human. I tell you, he loved every second of it.
What happened to your arm?
He broke it.
Looks like you're more than even now. His was sliced off.
Ha, you're a funny man. So the DARPA chief, is he okay?
Dead.
What? Can't be. No, that's not what you promised, Jim. Now you want to shut me up? Oh.
Calm down. What's wrong with you? I just told you I was here to save you. I didn't kill the DARPA chief. He had a heart attack or something.
A heart attack? Oh, don't be a fool.
Anyway, the terrorists have both codes now.
Those boys are totally insane. They wouldn't hesitate to launch.
I agree, but what do they really want?
Oh, who knows? Maybe they're like us in the arms industry, always looking forward to the next good war.
Well, I'm not gonna let these maniacs start a war today. You still have the card keys?
Card keys?
To override the detonation code. I heard you had them.
No, not anymore.
What? Who does then? Not the terrorists.
No, that woman.
Woman? Who?
A soldier that was thrown in prison along with me.
A female soldier? It must be.
She said she had just joined up as a new recruit. They threw her in prison because she refused to take part in the rebellion.
A new recruit? Could that be the Colonel's niece?
I gave her the key. Looks like she managed to break out of here, though. I hope she's okay.
I'm sure she is. She's green, but as tough as they come. But how did you know she escaped?
I was in contact with her by codec. Until I was tied up here, that is.
Codec?
Yes, she stole it from the guard. If she still has it, you should be able to contact her.
I'm sure she still has it. What frequency was she at?
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, it's... Oh, sorry. I forgot.
Damn!
Useless old man.
Oh, that's right. It should be on the back of the CD case. Try to contact her.
I'll contact her right away. But tell me, if this doesn't work, is there some other way to prevent the missile launch?
You need to find Hal Emmerich, one of my employees.
Who's that?
The team leader of the Metal Gear Rex project. A genius at engineering, but a little bit of an oddball. If there's anyone who can figure out how to stop Metal Gear from launching, it's him.
What if he can't come up with anything?
You'll have to destroy it. Emmerich knows how to destroy Metal Gear.
Where is this Emmerich?
Well, he's probably being held somewhere in the nuclear warhead storage building. It's north from here. That's where he worked.
I understand, but why Metal Gear? The nuclear age ended with the turn of the millennium.
Oh, you're wrong. The threat of nuclear war isn't gone. In fact, it's greater than it's ever been. The amount of spent nuclear fuel and plutonium is increasing even today. Listen, have you ever seen a warehouse full of nuclear material?
No.
Drums and drums of nuclear waste stacked.
A lot of resources they're squeezing into this game.
Because there's still no real way to dispose of the stuff.
So they just close the lid and try to pretend like it'll go away?
Essentially, yes. And they're not even doing a good job of storing it. Many of the drums are corroded, with nuclear waste seeping out of them.
Unbelievable.
Not only that, but several pounds of muff are reported every year.
Muff?
It stands for material unaccounted for. It proves that there's a large and well-organized black market in nuclear materials. Furthermore, since the end of the Cold War, Russian nuclear engineers in particular are out of work with no way to turn. In other words, there's plenty of available nuclear material and scientists for making a bomb. We live in an age when any small country can have a nuclear weapons program.
What about the other superpowers?
Russia and China still maintain a significant nuclear presence. Complete nuclear disarmament is an impossibility. To maintain our own policy of deterrence, we need a weapon of overwhelming power.
If everybody's well armed, no one is.
You mean Metal Gear?
Yes. You know our industry suffered quite a blow as a result of the cuts in military budgets due to this so-called peace.
I remember hearing a lot about mergers and takeovers among the big weapons makers.
Yes, and after my company lost their bid to produce the Air Force's next line of fighter jet, the Metal Gear system was our last ace in the hole. That's why we pushed to have Metal Gear developed as a black project.
Black project?
Secret projects paid for by the Pentagon's black budget. You can avoid a lot of red tape and get a great lead time on your weapons production. And no one can bother you. Not even those bleeding heart liberals on the Military Oversight Committee.
Bribes.
I prefer to think of it as good business. Anyway, Metal Gear was going to be formally adopted after the results of this
Every time somebody does
exercise
something
were
bad,
analyzed.
I prefer to think of it as the definition of that
That's
thing.
about what I'd expect from a grunt like you. Here, this is what you came for, right?
What's that?
An optical disc. It's all here. The main hard drive was destroyed by gunfire. This is the only remaining copy of the data.
What kind of data?
Don't drop it.
All the data collected from this exercise. Don't play dumb. I know you were sent to get this. I hid it from that sadistic maniac while he was torturing me. They don't know this disc exists. Make sure you report this to Jim. To your boss. I'll give you my card too. It'll open up all security level.
I thought
2
you said you
doors.
didn't have a card.
Can you walk?
No. No, you go on without me. They got my password. They don't want anything else from me.
I have one more question. Who or what was that ninja thing? It looked like you knew something.
That ninja? That was Foxhound's dark little secret.
Dark little secret?
An experimental genome soldier.
Big boss.
You know him?
You should ask Dr. Naomi Hunter from Foxhound. She knows better than I.
Naomi?
You've got to stop them. If it goes public, my company and I are finished.
What? Doesn't Metal Gear use currently existing technology?
Metal Gear itself does, but... What did you do to me? Oh, no. Oh, no, it can't be. Those Pentagon bastards. So, they actually went and did it.
What are you talking about?
They're just using you for...
And just turned off another brain.
What the hell? Colonel, are you listening? Now he's dead too.
I have no idea.
Don't lie to me.
It looked like another heart attack, but...
Some kind of poison?
Well, there are lots of drugs that can cause a heart attack in large doses. For example, potassium chloride or dioxides, but we won't be able to tell without doing an autopsy.
Damn!
Not the time or
Snake,
place.
I want you and Meryl to work together.
Can I trust her?
More than you can trust me. Get in contact with her.
Snake, there's a lot of electrical interference coming from there. It should be okay if you do burst transmission like us, but normal transmission is probably impossible. Try moving away from that area.
Snake, get a hold of yourself.
Naomi, what the hell was that ninja thing? A member of Foxhound?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, we have no one like that in our unit.
Is that right?
Snake, I'm counting on you.
Will do. Need level 4 to get into there. Level 4 and 6 for this one. Now, what level 2 doors did I have access to?
It looks like the place is protected by infrared sensors. Somehow you'll have to make it past the beams.
I just walked through them.
If you have any questions about weapons or equipment, you should ask our military analyst, Nastasha. Her frequency is 141.52.
Didn't I have a silencer? What happened to that? Critters. I really drive that scream home. Oh, this is what the, Haha! Ah, curses. Ah, I think I'm just dead again.
What's wrong? Snake!
Cigarette was a little effective. That door's level 3. That one's level 1. Don't know what level that door is. And that was level 5. Just level 6 here? Yeah, alright, I won't be returning to basement 1 for... Oh, wait, can return here to use this, though? No, I guess not. Oh, there's a guard up here now. Want to turn around and go the other way? No? How I'm use this? Should not be automatic. Oh wait, no, there's just a guard underneath me. Okay. I don't know what to do in here then. I just came from basement 2. There's nothing to do there.
The DARPA chief and President Baker. So now the terrorists know both detonation codes.
Yeah, and on top of that, they both died right in front of my eyes.
Snake, now that the terrorists have both detonation codes, the only way to stop a nuclear launch is to either use the detonation code release keys that Meryl's holding, or
find the Metal Gear chief engineer that President Baker mentioned, Hal Emmerich.
in any case, you should contact Meryl by codec. Wasn't her frequency written on the back of the CD case?
Oh, yeah, just call her up. Thought I had to bring that somewhere. Oh, jeez, box. I don't know how to view the back of this disc. I've already forgotten what my code is.
In any case, you should contact Meryl by codec. Wasn't her frequency written on the back of the CD case? In any case, you should contact Meryl by codec. Wasn't her frequency written on the back of the CD case?
There's nothing here though. Oh, thank you for that. Not 141.51, but it's probably something around here.
This is
Ah,
Natasha Romanenko.
one off.
A pleasure to work with you, Solid Snake.
You're the nuclear specialist that the Colonel mentioned?
That's me. You can ask me anything about nukes that you want. I am also a
I might want to write these
military
down.
analyst, so I have an extensive knowledge of weapon systems as well. They asked me to participate in this operation as a supervisor from the Nuclear Emergency Search Team. I was happy to accept. We must not allow terrorists to get their hands on nuclear weapons of any kind. I hope I can help you to stop them.
You're a tough lady.
Those terrorists are serious about launching a nuclear weapon? The world cannot stand by idly and allow that to happen, and neither can I. Unfortunately, all I can do from here is provide you with information.
I mean, you were close. One off.
Another soldier here wouldn't
Probably
make
would
a
have taken me
difference
longer to
anyway.
find her.
It's good to work with you, Nastasha.
Same here, Snake. It is just like Baker said. We are facing increasing danger from stored nuclear materials. You see, there are 3 elements necessary in the manufacture of nuclear weapons. Nuclear materials, nuclear engineers, and manufacturing technology. All 3 of them can easily be acquired by either legal or illegal means. If you have enough money, that is.
She's just gonna repeat herself.
They say that there are
Oh, no.
500,000 nuclear engineers in the world. But after the end of the Cold War, the demand for nuclear engineers dropped precipitously. In the Eastern Bloc countries in particular, there is a tremendous brain drain. They cannot keep their scientists in the country. And each year, more and more nuclear engineers go to work for the highest bidder. Just like Baker said, each year, there are more and more cases of muff coming from the nuclear material storage facilities. That stands for material unaccounted for. It means that someone is stealing nuclear materials and probably selling them on the black market.
If I recall, there was another one in the 80s for Environment Guy. Tell me about local flora and fauna. last one.
The DARPA chief, and then President Baker die of a heart attack?
Yeah, smells pretty rotten to me. Master, do you know anything?
No, but there's definitely something going on. Keep your eyes open out there.
Alright, so 140.85 is our home channel. 140.9 something was how I talked to our scientist. 141.52 is Nastasha. 141.80 is our master. Oh, shoot. Okay, yeah, well, that's it.
What is it, Snake?
I guess is how I primarily save.
Talk to you later, Snake.
In any case, you should contact Meryl by codec. Wasn't her frequency written on the back of the CD case?
Okay, I got those codes written down, and you know, honestly, I think I'll save and call it here.
You called, Snake? Snake, listen to what Lo Ji said. He who knows that enough is enough will always have enough. Just because you see an item doesn't mean that you always have to get it. If you don't really need it, think twice before you stick your neck out. It might not be worth it.
But I want it though. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Okay, well, I guess we will call it there for the night. And next time I will hopefully remember what it is I need to do or find a way to view that code. Might just review my conversation with the president and see if I can't find the number in there. All right, well, this is good. I'm really enjoying this. Metal Gear's got a pretty cool system going on and a very large story with lots of moving parts. I've heard in the past that it's a lot to follow up on, so hopefully I can keep it all up in here. But I'm interested to see how this plays out. I can tell I've been having a lot of fun with it because the last 3 hours just flew right by. All right, well, thank you very much for stopping by. We will be back here again tomorrow, I believe. Tomorrow's Wednesday? Yeah, tomorrow's Wednesday. Okay, we'll be back here again tomorrow for some more Metal Gear. Looking forward to it. But until then, take care and have yourselves a good night.